It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports. It's been an interesting season so far. Lots of action, lots of intrigue. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, this is a game they're supposed to win at home against a team that struggled. They're confident, but they still need to take care of business. Last season, a rough one for the number one draft pick Ben Simmons. Had his rookie debut delayed due to injury. Now in his second year in the league, what are we going to see from Ben Simmons, Kenny?
Well, obviously his passing and unselfishness is what got him into the league. Now we're going to see if he can be a scorer. But he has a rare kind of thing of size along with initiating an offense, Shaq.
And
not too many guys I've seen like that.
Not only that, the whole team around him gets better because he makes things easier for his teammates. You know why? Played at LSU, baby. Love Shaq University.
Philadelphia could be a team on the
Love
rise.
Shaq University.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin Harlan has the call. We'll see you later.
I changed it.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And a stirring rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner by the terrific Linda Lynn, getting us ready for NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Sixers coach Brett Brown says that Philadelphia reminds him of his hometown of Boston. He said the city has tremendous pride. The city wants winners. It's a tough, no-nonsense city. Nobody's sugarcoating anything. And I love that because you can just tell it like it is. My responsibility is to produce a team that plays hard. Guys?
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience, and there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Orlando, Ross is the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ, knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Orlando.
And Covington is always looking to shoot the ball. I mean, which in turn forces defenders to get extra aggressive with him when he's going up with the shot. And, you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot scorer.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And showing a good nose for the ball there, picks it clean, and he's off to the races.
Well, excellent defensive instincts. I mean, knows exactly when to strike on this end.
Now here's Payton. 12 points his last outing. Here's Vucevic. Here's Gordon. And they convert at last on attempt number 3. Gordon's got his first points of the night. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Payton. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Fournier kicks to Payton. Vucevic up top, pass to Ross. Just 5 to shoot, and stolen by Simmons. Finished off the break. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's Fournier after Ben Simmons' bucket, and Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Simmons against Payton. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Embiid with the steal.
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
And the scoring mindset of Vucevic, working some real magic driving to the hole and finishing with style.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Redick with a double team. Gordon outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Sensational speed by Simmons, trucking it down the court and beating everybody.
The Magic trail by 5. Payton kicks to Ross. Dishes to Vucevic. Vucevic gets double teamed, and good that time. Payton's got his first points in this one.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
The 11-footer, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
2 shots, gentlemen.
That one on Vucevic.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
Free throw drops for Covington. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it. And, you know, the Magic last summer looking to address their biggest weakness, a team really desperate for more perimeter shooting to space the floor.
The 76ers leading by 4. Here's Simmons. Rebounded by Vucevic. Ross on the wing. Defended by Covington. Ross kicks to Payton. Bangs home the trifecta. Payton's got 5 now. And with Elfrid Payton at the point, a great penetrator, but not a great shooter. Clark, how important is it that the Magic surround him with shooting?
Well, he is terrific as a playmaker. Great size and can find people, but you've got to have shot makers. That's huge in this game because it's about making shots at some point, inside or out. And the Magic have to at least have 3 high-quality shooters on the floor with a guy like Payton. Or, hey, Payton could become a really good shooter over time. You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Orlando.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And that one falls for Fournier. And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And, you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
Ouch. 3 fouls for him already. And now if you're the coach, you got to think about sitting him down.
They set the pick. And they double up Gordon. Feeds it to Fournier. The pass to Vucevic. Shot clock at 5 to the middle. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 3rd assist on the night. And it's Simmons penetrating. No good. Great D that time from Vucevic. Orlando's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Out to Payton. Outside Gordon. Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple. Gordon's got 7. The 76ers trail by 5. Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Embiid is a very assertive player, a player who fights the defense on these contact finishes and does so with confidence.
And Embiid throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Vucevic. 76ers getting the bucket. Embiid with the steal. And here we go. Šarić, the fast break chance. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got his first basket of the night.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for the 76ers. That's tipped. Ross passes to Fournier. A 3-ball connects from 3-point range. He's got 9.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Embiid throws it down.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
Orlando's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. And Embiid with a clear path to the hoop. And Embiid throws it down.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Now here's Ross. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Great open look there.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Here's Gordon. They get it back. Count that one.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
Covington's shot is off.
Excellent concentration from the D. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
Ross. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Terrence Ross with probably his best season in 2016-17. Shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
The first one falls.
The worst bench in the league by net rating resided in Orlando with the Magic. It's hard enough to win without star talent, but if you're also thin on the bench, no chance.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Saric. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Robert Covington. And Jared Bayless subbed in for J.J. Redick. And you look at the roster for Orlando, where do they go next, Clark? What's their biggest need?
Well, I mean, they've got a number of needs, but an elite scorer would certainly raise the level of this team, the ability to create something out of nothing. In other words, players that can make plays for themselves or others. Those are the kind of guys that, heck, everybody wants those kind of guys, Kevin, but the Magic certainly need players of that ilk.
Payton with the ball. He has 5. He dishes it to Biyombo. Here's Isaac. Power down with both hands.
Yeah, he's going to flush it every time when he's that close to the rim. You can't allow him to get that kind of position.
And that one, good. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. You know, Bismack Biyombo is a defensive-minded center. Amazing the story that got him to the NBA. I mean, grew up in the Congo, and a lot of trials and tribulations along the way, but perseverance prevailed, and Biyombo is now an NBA player.
First free throw is good. And Biyombo signing a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Magic last season. You talk, Clark, about rags to riches. Wow.
Yeah, big time. And the best part of this rags to riches story is how he's giving back or paying forward to his homeland. Building schools and basketball courts in the Congo. And he's lifting up countrymen through basketball and education. That's a powerful, powerful combination and really an excellent use of the platform and the resources afforded Biyombo by way of the NBA. Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Tries from 7. And Embiid finishes inside. Embiid's got 12 points in the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And Embiid throws it down.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Now here's Payton. He has 5. They get a hand on it. Here's McConnell. Drops in the layup for 2. And it's now only a 1-point Magic lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
So it's Orlando now after the Sixers pick up 2. Payton kicks to Hezonja. Good D by Embiid.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And Orlando has possession. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And you know what? They were giving away points, missing at the line, a big factor in the outcome.
Ditto that. When you give up this many points at the line, makes it a lot easier for the opposition.
A shot by McConnell, no good. McConnell's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Now here's Simmons. Bayless covering. No good from Simmons. Johnson goes in, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Orlando called for the foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
And somehow it's become a real struggle at the free throw line. He's lost his way there. I mean, he's not having anywhere near the same success he had there last season.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position, and that's a great tool for any team to have.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top 3. They end up swapping picks with the Kings, who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
Now here's Payton. 5 points in the game. Drills it from outside. Hezonja's got 5 points so far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Payton. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Hezonja. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. A 3 off the inbound, and again it's Orlando with a 3.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
For Philadelphia, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
And, I think veteran leadership traits that Bayless exudes, really the reason he's so highly revered around the league. Somebody that this team looks to both on and off the court.
Payton left side. Rebound by the 76ers. And here they come. Here's Luwawu.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going, what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man. Just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
And so in the game for the Magic, Hezonja is out there with Isaac. Then there's Peyton. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Simmons in at the 2. Now here's Peyton. He's covered by McConnell. Peyton kicks to Simmons. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Peyton's got 6 assists here tonight.
Boy, I love the way Peyton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Clark, when you look around the NBA, is there one point guard you wish you could have played with in your day?
There's a bunch of them out there, Kevin. I mean, Chris Paul is so good at orchestrating the offense and getting his guys good quality shots on a regular basis. Steph Curry is underrated, I think, as a passer. His shooting spaces the floor so well. Damian Lillard is outstanding. I think John Wall would be a lot of fun to play with because of his speed and his ability to create opportunities just by getting into the lane. So those are 4 guys that I would have loved to hang out with.
And the 76ers making a change here. Simmons is checked in. And they double up Peyton. And Simmons kicks to Hezonja. Another miss by Orlando. The 76ers leading by 3. Here's Luwawu. Simmons pulls it in.
Loved how they guarded that layup. Didn't make it easy, which I think is why he missed it.
This one for 3, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here. Well, it's surprising that he plunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found. Unfortunately, his shot has been everywhere, all over the place. Can't buy a basket. However, his teammates got him covered.
Tipped away. Peyton in the corner. The 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Simmons. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Now it's a 4-point 76ers lead.
Can't shake Simmons. He is very used to getting hit on these kinds of looks and just plays right through the contact.
Now the 76ers on the break.
And, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, He takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And here is Peyton. 5 points in the game. Pass to Isaac. Here's Azania. Buries it from three-point range. Azania's got 9 points now in the quarter.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half. Filling it up.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
An elite finisher around the basket. Johnson with the throwdown.
The Magic trail by 5. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
No one near Peyton as he lets it go. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Seeing the defense was staying off of him that time, Peyton, fully aware of the opportunity, took advantage.
Simmons tries again, and Johnson lays it in. Johnson's got 12.
Boy, I like seeing that toughness on the offensive glass. Did a nice job judging, anticipating where the miss was going, and then putting it back in. Nicely done.
And here we go again, the 76ers on the break, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And how about the fast hands and then getting right out in transition?
Well, turning defense into offense, Greg. Outstanding effort there. Swiped it away with ease, and off they went.
Over to the wing. Here's Azania. Here's Biyombo. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Hey, Kevin, you know it's true. No substitute for hard work on the offensive boards, and that's what Biyombo's doing there. Always a threat to peel off those offensive oranges.
That one falls.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
The Magic trail by 8, and it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. And for the young players on the Magic, how much tougher is it to develop when a team is continually changing their coaching staff?
Well, Kevin, we've seen it. I mean, when you have multiple turnover, particularly in key front office or coaching positions, that's very difficult for the players. It's disorienting. 4 different coaches in the last 3 years. At some point, you have to set your anchor and sail accordingly.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Sharge checked in for T.J. McConnell. Robert Covington comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jared Bayless. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Gordon comes in for Isaac. Ross is checked in for Mario Hezonja. And Fournier subbed in for Peyton.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And whenever Vucevic has the ball that deep in the paint, I mean, he's looking to throw it down.
Here's Redick. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the length.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 7 points.
Boy, Covington has blinding speed, and he makes good use of it in the fast break opportunities.
Simmons dishes to Vucevic. Gordon a screen. And here's Simmons for 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Covington. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Orlando moving the ball around. The Magic again can't hit.
In the first quarter, he was killing them from outside, but he can't get it going here.
And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Magic.
And a lot of shots from long distance. They're trying to stretch out the D and force them to cover out in space. And a lot of times that enables an offense to get some opportunities to attack in the paint.
2 shots.
No good on that one.
Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day.
And he's good on the second. And through all the losing, the fans in Philly have been pretty supportive of the Sixers' goals to draft star talent.
Yeah, and you know what? Thousands of fans coming out to watch the draft lottery is an indication of how optimistic and behind the Sixers these fans are. I mean, trust the process has been their rallying cry.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And Simmons kicks to Šarić, and stolen by Gordon. Simmons against Simmons. Misses in close. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 19-7 run. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
The 76ers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improved.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever, documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high school.
Gordon kicks to Simmons. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
That's tipped. Here's Johnson, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Johnson's got 20 points. The Magic trail by 19. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
And this break gives us a moment to look at the leading playmakers among rookies for the past 10 games. Ben Simmons, number 1.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
Outstanding ball handler. He's a pace setter as well, facilitates nicely. I could go on and on and on. This kid's incredible.
And Vucevic kicks to Fournier, and the 3 ball is good. Fournier's got 15 points.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
And stolen by Redick. Now the 76ers on the break, and the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. The 76ers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson.
One shot.
And that one misses. Well, the commissioner recently said the NBA will review, Clark, the one-and-done rule for college players. Any idea how that will change, if it will at all?
You know what? I'm not sure, Kevin. Quite honestly, when this rule was instituted about 10 years ago now, 10 or 11 years ago, I thought it would be good. I felt 1 year of college, if a guy was fully invested in that experience, would be better than no years. But I also understand college is not for everybody. And I'm actually of the mindset now that you should be allowed to leave right out of high school if you so choose. But if you do go to college, I would like there be a rule in place that there's a commitment to 2 years. I just think that would benefit all involved, the players, the universities, and I think the NBA would get a more mature and an NBA-ready prospect. That being said, I think we're going to end up, kind of where we are right now. I don't know if anything is going to change in the near future.
In the corner, Simmons with it. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Ross, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Clark, as you watch the game at both the college and pro levels over the years, what has been the biggest change for you in your view of that?
Well, you know what, Kevin? There are a couple of things. The athleticism. The real emphasis on training and strengthening the core, meaning from your kneecaps to your sternum. The work that's done to train the hamstrings and quads and glutes and that core area as a place of power, as your center of power, is one of the significant changes I've seen, not just in basketball, but all sports. And it's benefited the athletes greatly and the overall athleticism. And then from a playing standpoint or on the floor standpoint, I think the three-point shot. I think that's been the biggest dramatic change in the game.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The 76ers leading by 13. Simmons passes to Saric. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 8 points for Dario Saric.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Drains the three-pointer.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Out of bounds, magic ball as Orlando keeps possession.
And all right, a chance to check out stats for Covington. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. 11th in steals. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
As we've seen, he's a difficult defender to bring the ball up against. Quick feet, quick hands, always looking to force a mistake.
Boy, I like the edge that Embiid plays with. Great at recognizing when he's clear to throw it down on you.
And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Šarić. Here's Redick in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Ross with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game. The shot by Šarić, no good. Al Fournier releases. That one misses.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, right?
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back, folks. A glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Without question, Amir Johnson displaying his skills today.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Joel Embiid out there with Dario Šarić, and it's Simmons in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Vucevic with the bucket.
Sometimes, quite simply, getting a hand in the face of Vucevic is not enough. He doesn't buckle when the defense tightens up.
Vucevic against Embiid. Here's Šarić, and it's blocked by Gordon. Now here's Payton. Pass to Ross. Gordon with a screen on Covington. Off the screen. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Ross has got it back down to single digits for the Magic.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
Šarić, that's good. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And Aaron Gordon, a natural power forward, but he was asked to play at small forward last season alongside Serge Ibaka.
And Gordon was willing to try it, Kevin, to his credit, looking to expand his skill set. He's not a shooter right now, and however, with his leaping ability, I think it makes sense to perhaps keep him close to the rim.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. It's stolen by Sharch. Goes up and slam dunk by Sharch.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
The Magic trail by 15. Got a piece of it, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. And we take a look here at the shot chart for Philadelphia.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Here's Payton. 8 points for him. Tipped away. And here we go. Sharch all alone. And slam dunk by Sharch.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, and the ball moves faster than any bodies can, so that great ball movement and decision-making, they're making all the right moves, Greg.
And they double up Gordon. Here's Payton. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Redick dishes to Sharch. Simmons passes to Embiid. It's stolen by Vucevic. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Shoots from 12. The feed to Payton. Fournier for 3. Here's Gordon. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Aaron Gordon is no pushover. Far from it. I mean, with the ability to knock down shots despite contact, this young fella's impressive. Well, you talk about the league's premier athletes, and Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, incredible dunks in the 2016 dunk contest, and his in-game dunks are ridiculous.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And coming out of Arizona, Aaron Gordon seen as sort of a mini Blake Griffin. Not maybe as strong, but he's that kind of finisher.
Well, certainly can see some similarities and understand the comparison, but they are different players. But I think that Aaron Gordon can be better than Griffin defensively. He's got great mobility, tremendous bounce, and he's got the motor you like to see in a defensive player. If he can get his jump shot going, I think he'll be a star.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers. A moment to check out stats for Embiid. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging about 24 points, 11 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
They double him with Simmons. Ross kicks to Payton. Buries it from three-point range. Payton's got 11.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
The offensive rebound. And the shot goes in. 18 points for Dario Saric.
He's been on the roll this quarter, really leading the way for his team right now.
Fournier against Redick. Gordon a screen. Ross kicks to Gordon. Covington with the steal. Embiid with it. 18 points for him. Saric dishes to Covington. Over Ross. Covington's shot is off.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
That's tipped. Covington with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. He's got 14.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back. A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And also, I love their work on the boards. I mean, they put multiple bodies in the paint. Truly a team effort, and that's why they're the best in the league.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
That free throw good from Ross. And some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. Orlando also making some changes. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Gordon. And Mario Hezonja subbed in for Evan Fournier. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The 76ers leading by 16. 76ers moving the ball around. Here's Covington. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Good.
And Biombo is highly effective down low, knows where to post up in the paint.
The 76ers have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Here's Covington. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Covington's got 16. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
No good, shot missing. And Orlando the other way now. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. And they double up Peyton. Takes the 3. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Philadelphia. They're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And checking out Orlando. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for the Magic, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Can't remember the last time I've seen optimism turn to pessimism as quickly as I have with these guys. I mean, their fans are already talking about who needs to be replaced.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Without question, Amir Johnson displaying his skills today.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat him.
Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the 76ers. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. The 76ers, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the rankings.
Well, I love the confidence that Hezonja shows pulling it from deep. Boy, his stroke, a thing of beauty.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
The 76ers have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Covington. The Magic trail by 18. Payton passes to Biyombo. Ross with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Payton kicks to Biyombo. Back to Payton. Here's Hezonja. Offline with his three. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Ross on the wing. There's the dish to Payton. Here's Hezonja. Off target from three-point range. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Here's Luwawu. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. Luwawu's got 10 points. For Orlando, they've gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point going 7 of 14. Payton dishes to Biyombo. Here's Hezonja. He's got 20. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Johnson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Well, Orlando shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. For three, Ross knocks it loose. The 76ers leading by 22. Here's Covington, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Orlando. He's been getting to the line. Now his 6th trip in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Two.
The first one falls. Simmons checked in for Orlando. And both free throws good for Covington.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
The shot's good.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And the Magic with possession. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Isaac. Looking to end the run. Knocks down the 3 ball. Isaac's got 8 points.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in. Locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
And, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
Payton up top. He's covered by McConnell. Here's Isaac. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, he gets into you. And he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
And stolen by Simmons. Knocks it loose. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And a look here at the shot chart for Gordon.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
And here is Payton. He's got 14. Here's Biyombo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Biyombo plays with passion and enthusiasm down in the paint. Excellent at getting the defense to foul him inside.
The Magic have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
Boy, the upside of Biyombo is impressive. An undersized center who makes up for it with really great heart, especially on defense.
Jared Bayless has checked in for Robert Covington. And he sinks the second. The 76ers leading by 18. McConnell passes to Luwawu. Kicks to Saric. 76ers moving the ball around. Power down with both hands.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simply.
Here's Azania. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
Yeah, I like the way Hazonia stays active on the offensive end, Kevin. He creates a shot for himself by spotting up. And actually, he does it all, really.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Payton kicks to Biyombo. Pass to Isaac. It's blocked. They get it back. Here's Luwawu. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the call. It's a foul on Orlando. It's his first trip to the line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back on it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
They get a hand on it. Combo dishes to Gordon. He kicks to Fournier. There's the pick. Just 4 to shoot. Over McConnell. Fournier's shot is off.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Outside, Simmons. Picked by Vucevic. Off the screen, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist here tonight.
I love how Vucevic gives up his body to screen for his teammates. And that's indicative of the total team player that he is.
And a wide open look for Simmons, and it's off from three-point range. And now the 76ers on the break. Good work there as it goes. And that's now 21 points for Ben Simmons.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending him.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
Look, they can't guard great passing. They're passing the ball great to start. We got to do that for 4 quarters.
Reach and ball movement. Frank Vogel likes what he's seeing so far.
Yeah, and I'd say moving the ball with a purpose, working the offense, trying to find good shots.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. 4th quarter on the floor for the Magic. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then it's Simmons. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. Some changes for Philadelphia. Okafor is checked in for Embiid. McAdoo comes in for Simmons. And it's Korkmaz in for Luwawu. Orlando also making some changes. Spates checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Flalo comes in for Evan Fournier. And Max subbed in for Simmons. Okafor gets the bucket.
Excellent concentration that time by Okafor. Even with the defense in his face, he never lost sight of the hoop.
Mack the pass to Gordon. To the middle, here's Spates. Makes it off the glass.
Hey, you could sink these with your eyes closed or blindfolded. So close, so deep inside. Great bucket.
Here's Okafor. Great D that time from Vucevic.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
And, you know, passing the ball is exactly what Bayless is out there to do. I mean, especially when a teammate does not have anybody around him. Get it to the open guy.
The shot by Spates. Nobody around. Good, and the nice assist from Mack.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And it's Vucevic in the corner. Aflalo outside. Fires the three. Okafor grabs the miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Vucevic. And Jahlil Okafor, the 3rd overall pick in 2015 out of Duke. He was in the conversation for top pick overall.
Yeah, he certainly was, and deservedly so. Now, his value has fallen off a bit since coming into the league, but with big guys, you got to be patient. Don't discard him yet. He's a very polished scorer and a good finisher around the goal. He's got to improve some other areas, but this guy is going to be around for a long time.
And he makes the first. Well, the NBA has made some adjustments to prevent the hack-a-shack strategy, fouling big men who can't make free throws. It still happens. Clark, is it always going to be a part of the game, do you think?
I think it will be part of the game, and I don't necessarily like it. I would much rather see the rule be changed because I think it just enhances the quality of the product. Some would argue the strategy should be on board for poor free throw shooters. I disagree.
The Magic have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Mack kicks to Gordon. Here's Spates, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Okafor, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got his 5th assist in this one. Down low. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Hey, and when guys at this level are that close to the basket, they ain't missing. I mean, especially when there's no defense in the neighborhood.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Gordon kicks to Spates. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. McAdoo dishes to Bayless. A second chance effort. And it's Okafor missing. Orlando's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Gordon the pass to Spates. Plenty of space. And that one comes up a bit short.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it. The defense has to be better. I mean, they were fortunate that he missed that mid-range jumper. It certainly wasn't because of the defense.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Clark, when you played the NBA with still mostly American players, now the game is truly global with players from all over the world. How do you think that has changed the NBA?
Well, I think it's enhanced the NBA's product on the floor because, again, you're getting the best players in the world that are competing in the NBA with the international influx. I think it's added to the global popularity of the league without question. The NBA is clear in that we're going far and wide across the globe to find the best players to play in the best league in the world, and I think that's healthy and good.
Now Mack. They set the screen. Spates sets a screen. There's Gordon with the 3. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Mack's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Korkmaz. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pulls up. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. There's Bayless with the 3, but they get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now here's Mack. Outside Gordon. And they double up Gordon. Back to Mack. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Magic making a switch here. Hezonja's checked in. Redick against the Flalo. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Here's Okafor. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Okafor's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Cannot forget to box out Okafor on the glass. I mean, he is relentless in his attack.
Here's Azania. Misses the three. Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. It's deflected. Clark, we have seen an influx of players who function as point forwards for their team. How difficult is that to deal with as a defender?
I think it's really hard. I think it just speaks to the versatility of a player. If a guy has forward size but point guard skills, then I think that makes him more valuable to his team and more difficult to defend because he can start offense, not just for himself, but for his team. And that puts your defense in a little bit of a quandary as to how you're going to deal with that kind of versatility in terms of scoring and playmaking.
The Magic shooting straight 49% from the field. Offensive rebound. And it's sent back by McAdoo. Tries yet again. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Really active down there, imposing his will and force and seeing his efforts pay off.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And, you know, throughout Bayless's career, he's proven to be quite dependable from outside. If you don't get a hand up on him, he'll drop in that perimeter shot for you.
Back to Mack. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
He feeds it to Spates. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Spates has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Orlando. Here's McAdoo. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Spates has it in the corner. Spates missing again. Philadelphia has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Okafor, and again it's Philadelphia.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
They set the pick. Back to Mack. Clark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
And that one falls for Spates. The 76ers shooting so well, 63% the offense working as one cohesive unit. Here's Covington, and he converts the layup. Covington's got 18 points just in the second half.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Here's Azania. Misses the jumper. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
Out left to the wing. Here's Isaac. Here's Spates. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg. And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter. having trouble finding the basket.
Fires for three. Hazanya's shot is off.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
McAdoo. It's hauled in by the Magic. Spates has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
Boy, Hazonia. Gotta love him. I mean, he's a fantastic 2-guard with great size.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First free throw is good. Well, we've seen super teams more and more the last decade. Clark, are stacked teams like the Warriors or the Cavaliers, do you think good for the NBA?
I think it's just part of the NBA. I don't think it's necessarily good or bad, quite honestly. I understand the way some folks look at that, having a dominant team that everybody chases or a couple of dominant teams. How about the Lakers and Celtics during their heyday, or the Sixers and Celtics when they were battling in the East? The Bucks were really good and couldn't quite get past the Celtics or Sixers. I think excellent championship caliber teams, only if there are a few. It's good for the league. I don't necessarily think it's bad. And when you've got competitive balance throughout the league, I think that's good too.
Spates with a screen on Covington. Here's Mack. Good on the triple.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this fourth quarter.
The Magic shooting just 34% in the fourth quarter. This is when the shooters can lose focus. Poke loose. Covington with the steal. Goes up. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Man, I like the activity of Covington's hands. He's constantly active, which is why he's able to get these steals.
Here's Hazanya. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Johnson.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Yep, it counts. Covington's got 44.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
Over to the left wing. Here's Hazanya. Out to the wing. Passes it to Aflalo. To the wing right side. There's the screen. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.